Join that parade.
Here we are in Biloxi, Mississippi at the Biloxi Mardi Gras Museum, and we're going to step inside and check in with Bill Raymond and find out more about Mardi Gras in Biloxi. King John here in the city of Biloxi, Mississippi, and I have Bill Raymond, the curator and the historical director for the city of Biloxi. Bill, could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a Biloxi native, born and raised here, and lived here almost all my life. I really love the coast and love the culture and the history that this area has.
And it is a beautiful area. Can you tell me a little bit about your job and your responsibilities here at the Mardi Gras Museum and as the historical director?
Well, my job is multifold. I'm the historic administrator for Biloxi, and part of my job will be curating the Mardi Gras Museum.
Mm-hmm.
We also have, the city owns a number of historic properties that I'm also responsible for making sure they're maintained and used properly and protected for future generations. I'm also in charge of any development that happens within our 6 historic districts around the city.
Very cool. And can you tell me a little bit about the history of Mardi Gras in Biloxi and in the Gulf Coast?
Well, if you want to look at the history of Mardi Gras on the Gulf Coast, you have to go all the way back to 1699, when Pierre Lemoyne Sieur d'Iberville first came to the shores looking for the mouth of the Mississippi. That was his charge. He was sent over by the King of France to find the mouth of the Mississippi. He was really here to help secure France's claim on the area. La Salle had come down the river and claimed the area for France, but they had not really had any permanent settlements. So they needed permanent settlements. So that he sent d'Iberville over here looking for the mouth. Well, the first place he ends up is here in Biloxi. Well, he gets here on February 13th. Then a few weeks later, he ends up, I think it was March 3rd was the actual date, 1699. He is up the Mississippi River, about just a few leagues up the river, and he notes in his journal that it is Mardi Gras Day. Mm-hmm. And that is the first observation of Mardi Gras in the United States, or which would later become the United States. And since this area has such a deep French heritage, we have continued to celebrate Mardi Gras. We've been doing it for well over 100 years here in Biloxi.
When was the first Mardi Gras parade in Biloxi?
The first parades were right before the turn of the century in the late 1890s. We had a couple of parades, then they didn't do them anymore, and then it became a regular, ongoing parade probably about 15 years later, and we've been doing it ever since. We've stopped for wars, and but hurricanes haven't stopped us. Hurricane Katrina happened, we still had Mardi Gras the next year.
Yeah, you folks took a big hit from
Katrina.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't know that, but the whole Gulf Coast got hit.
Even this building we're in here right now, we're a block and a half off of the front beach, and we had 6 foot of water in this building. So.
Oh wow, very, very scary. You've done an amazingly beautiful job of recovering it. So, where do you plan on going from here? To my understanding, you're doing a complete remodeling of thing, and can you tell me a little bit?
Yeah, we've had a Mardi Gras museum since the 1990s. And really, it has been the first floor of this building. It's been a very small exhibit. Well, we are in the process now of actually expanding the exhibit. We put in an elevator so that the museum will expand to both floors of the building. And we'll be telling the story of Mardi Gras on the coast, starting from its origins, talking about how Mardi Gras is organized every year, the balls, the parades, how children are involved in Mardi Gras, and how different crews, people don't understand what a crew is, which is a Mardi Gras organization. We talk about that and how they developed. So it really is about the history of Mardi Gras. Our goal is to make sure that we tell a true history of Mardi Gras, because most people just see it as a fun party, and it is a fun party.
Right.
But it is steeped in tradition.
Right.
And that's one of the things we want to make sure that people understand. The cultural ties, the reason we even celebrate Mardi Gras.
Very cool. So if you mentioned kids, what fun kids things do you have going on during Mardi Gras?
Well, one of the things we do, and we've been doing it for many years, is we do a children's Mardi Gras walking parade.
Very
and this
cool.
is free to the public. It's for children 12 and under. We give them beads. They can decorate their wagon, a bicycle, any unmotorized vehicle. They can decorate as a float, put on costumes, and we do a parade. And they are the participants of the parade. They're so used to being on the sidelines, people throwing things to them.
Right.
They are actually in the parade throwing the beads, because we give them the beads to throw. And really, so they can start understanding Mardi Gras. And then one of the things we do when we get at the end of the parade is we do a Mardi Gras celebration down here with arts and crafts activities centered around Mardi Gras, and we have refreshments for the kids. So we try to make it a good, it's probably about a 4-hour event. Then we have a costume and a float contest for them, and they really do enjoy that. And one of the things, we've been doing it long enough now that when I first started it, I'm looking at the kids that were in the parade now. Their children are now in the parade, so that's really exciting to us.
Very cool. So do you have anything additional you'd like to add, like your website, contact information?
You know, the easiest way to know what's going on with the museum is always keep up with the City of Biloxi on our website, which is biloxi.ms.us, or just look for us on Facebook, because we do have a Facebook page, and we keep everything out there, and we always have lots of pictures and lots of information out there.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And from Biloxi, Mississippi, this has been King John and Pray Fun.